so welcome to Series 6 Part 2, A minor to F. And so far we decided that what we were going to do was play a natural minor scale through our A minor and our F in combination with a pentatonic A minor, of course. So we're playing from A minor to F. Now this actually makes a little bit of an assumption because we've decided what sort of F chord it's going to be. Now what I mean by that is we've played the note E through both chords. Okay, there's all sorts of songs which use this idea, and that doesn't make it a bad thing. It makes it a perfectly good thing, that's fine. But I want to see if I can just put another little idea in your head, and this I think is very interesting to do in certain situations. Now, as ever, it's all about deciding what's relevant in a given situation. Okay, so let's compare the two sounds. Here's our A minor. So you can hear something Mark Knopfler uses to great effect in, what is the song? I can't think what it's called now. What if I did that down here? Okay, so it's a very common sound, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so that's one sound. Okay, but what if we did this? Okay, now that's interesting because it's given it a completely different feel, hasn't it? This could be Minnie the Moocher, it could be the Pink Panther theme. Would it fit on the end of Stairway to Heaven? Well, maybe not to the purist, but it certainly gives us some ideas about what we could do lead-wise. I'll give you a little example. Let's suppose someone's playing Stairway to Heaven. Okay, which you expect them to do if they're covering a song. Okay, but what if they decided instead of this being F major 7, it's F7? Then we'd have the opportunity, that's not to say we'd take it necessarily, but we'd have the opportunity okay, now you can hear that's a dramatically different sound. Okay, very, very powerful sound to use. Now, as to whether that's relevant in each situation, it's another question. But what is interesting is that this is going to crop up. You'll come across this sequence and you'll have situations where it's more bluesy and less rocky, and therefore the F7th becomes a relevant sound. Okay, so I want to look at a couple of ways of how we could articulate that sound. Okay, now let's take the example of the F first of all, and we could say to ourselves, well, okay, I'm going to play from A minor to F, but this time, and it may sound like we're repeating ourselves, actually we're not going to worry about scales so much. We'll stick with our pentatonic, but we're going to play A minor to F first of all. Okay, now again, here's a little graphic to show you what's in my mind's eye when I'm doing this. Okay, just have a little look at that. Okay, so that's going to be our first port of call here, because if we're thinking purely in scales, it's not always easy just to switch over to the idea of thinking about chord shapes. So this is a way of just taking a step back from scales right the way through A minor to F or F major 7 and saying, well, okay, what if we used the chord shape? So here's a couple of little lines which do that. There's our F. Okay, that's one example. There's loads of them, but sounds as if it's all in A minor. But as you can hear, that fits nicely with the F. Now again, this is about making that visual connection. Now, as ever, is one step at a time. There are loads of places we could play F. So that's the first thing to do, is say, let's see if we can get that working. Anyway, so we'll be on to what we're going to do with the F7th in the next segment. So for the moment, if you could press the subscribe button, that'd be great. And I'll see you in the next part. And thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.